Hey guys, welcome back to Ham Radio for Non-Techies. In this episode, I want to discuss Bioenno batteries and the comparisons between the different ones they've got. I've got quite a few downstairs. We're going to take a look at them and just kind of give you an idea of what to expect, where you could probably use these things for, which radios they'd be good for, and just general information, along with a couple of the accessories that they offer as in their line of products. So with Thanksgiving coming up, I know you guys are probably busy, so we're going to get this rocking and rolling. We're going to go downstairs to the shack and get this party started. That's right here, right now, on Ham Radio for Non-Techies. All right, guys, welcome back to Ham Radio for Non-Techies, where we try to simplify the ham radio hobby to get you a study for and pass your test to get you on the air as quickly as possible with the least amount of crap to deal with. So today, like I said, we're going to be discussing the Bioenno batteries. And I've got quite a few here to choose from. I have one missing, and I'll get to that in a minute here. So we're going to discuss the batteries, the solar charge controllers, the different charges you have, and maybe even go into the solar panels real quick. So I have different batteries for different reasons. This one is not mine. This is actually borrowed from a buddy of mine. And he just got this one in actually today. So I said, bring it on over. Let's get it in the video. So what I have here is a 9 amp hour, a 20 amp hour, and a 30 amp hour. And I want you to see the size difference on these batteries so you can kind of get a better idea. Because it's one thing to go on the site and look at them. You really don't know what the dimensions are like. So I wanted you to kind of see what these look like in size. Now, they do make a smaller one. They make a 6 amp hour and a 3 amp hour, which I do not have. But I got the 9 amp hour. This is for my 705. And this one runs about this one runs $100. And is 2.6 pounds or 1.2 kilos. It's a pretty decent sized battery, and for the 705, it's really going to give you plenty of power all day long to run your 705 without any issues. Probably run it for a couple of days straight without any issues. Really good little battery. The next one up here I've got is the 20 amp hour. This one runs about $192.99, and they say it weighs 5.4 pounds or 2.4 kilos. And that's a pretty good sized battery. It's still a lot lighter than what I expected from like maybe a lead acid battery, but still very light. And I got this one for my 7300, and to this day, I'm still running the 7300 with this all day long, 6-7 hours straight, and making tons of contacts and not running out of power with this thing. So it's a really good solution if you want to run a 100 amp or 100 watt radio with your kits if you're running out and doing POTA SOTA stuff. And the final one here is the big monster, the Big Daddy. This is the 30 amp hour. And it's funny because feeling the two of these, the 30 amp hour almost feels lighter than the 30 amp hour feels lighter than the 20 amp hour. I don't get that, but might have to go put it on a scale here in a little bit and weigh them out and just kind of get the official weight. But the 30 amp hour runs $280, and they say it weighs 8.8 pounds or 4 kilos. And you have tons of power with this thing. I mean, this, again, you could run this on 100 watts. You could run it on your smaller radios and run it for weeks. But if you're running a 100 watt system, this is also another option. But either one of these is going to work fine if you're going to do POTA SOTA stuff and running a 100 watt radio rig. The next thing we have with these also is the chargers, and there are two different chargers. For the smaller batteries here, you have the option to purchase the 2 amp charger. And I will tell you this. The upcharge on this with these batteries is about $15. So if you buy the charger with the batteries, it's a whole lot cheaper than buying it separate. I think separate they run anywhere from $25 to $50, depending on what you're going to get. When you go up to the larger batteries, 30 amps and up, maybe even 24 amp and up, I didn't really check. You then move up to a 4 amp charger, and they look very similar, but like I said, one's 2 amp, one's 4 amp, and that will properly charge this battery. So you're looking at about $15 upcharge for the 2 amp and probably about a $20 upcharge on the 4 amp charger. So just things to consider. If you're going to buy one of these batteries, if you're going to stick with the smaller ones, buy one charger with one of the battery setups, and then just buy other batteries if you want other multiple batteries under 30 amps or 30 amp hours, and you'll be fine with that one charger. Just kind of rotate it out with your different batteries. If you, however, go up to the larger one, then of course you're going to want to get the larger charger with those batteries as well. The solar charge controller by Bioenno is really kind of cool. These run $50. And it's got places for you to plug in your solar panels and plug in your battery. And they have an option to put another load on there as well. The only thing with this is that when you have this thing connected, say you build a Go box, like I built that Go box for my 891, you want to make sure you put a switch on this thing to disconnect it from the batteries. Because once this thing is plugged into here, it will power up and start draining out your batteries. So having a switch on that cuts off that voltage, and you're good to go. So the only other thing I want to discuss really is, you have an option for solar panels. And Bioenno makes some of the best solar panels I've ever seen. And let's see if I can get this thing open real quick. So this is the 100-watt solar panel array. And as you can see, it's quite large on my table here. My table is about 5 feet long. So this is pretty close to that size. So you got a pretty good option here for charging your batteries in the field if you're going to be out doing a lot of stuff and you need to have some way to have portable power. So let's discuss that a little bit here. When you're talking about buying something like this, you guys know from my past videos that when I'm buying stuff, I try to buy the best I can get my hands on. Yeah, it might cost more initially, but the idea behind it is I don't want to buy things twice. So buying something of quality the first time is really kind of like my mantra. Now, what's cool about this, and if you stick with all Bioenno equipment, first off, these batteries, I think you can charge them up to 2,000 times each. And I forgot to do the math on it, but say you went out every single day, used up these batteries, and then came back home every night and charged it. 2,000 divided by 365 is many, many years. You're going to end up replacing the battery with newer technology before you'll destroy one of these batteries. They're very, very well built. The difference between I was telling you earlier, I had the 9 amp here, and I got a 15 amp hour that I didn't bring out because it's actually attached to my Go box. But the only difference between this one and the 15 amp hour is that there's an extra row of batteries. I'm assuming they use an 18650 type batteries, but it's got an extra row of batteries. You got about an extra inch on the edge of this one, or on the 15 amp hour. And the 15 amp hour version is 4.3 pounds or 1.9 kilograms. So that's really the only major difference on these batteries. Now, what's cool with having all the Bioenno stuff on one site and having everything offered by them to give you a complete power solution when you're going portable is everything's all matched up. You're ready to roll. You get the batteries, get the charge controller, solar panels, everything's all in one spot. I'm not sure if they have kits available yet, but if they do, you might be able to pick up a whole package, pick up a battery, charger, and solar panels all in one shot and be done with it. I know that when I purchased my initial 15 amp hour with my charge controller and these panels, it came out to about $435-ish. I'm not really remembering the exact amount, but it wasn't so bad for what you're getting. The quality of Bioenno is unmatched. I don't think anybody would dispute the fact that they make some of the best batteries out there. And yeah, they are more expensive than, say, the Miatis you get off of Amazon and other places that have other kinds of batteries that will also claim to have 2,000 charge cycles on them. But these guys have proven themselves. These batteries are top-notch. They're going to work. They're going to work every single time. And I really think you'll have a much better experience by spending a little extra money on these rather than trying to save a buck. Now, I get it. If you're trying, not everybody has a huge budget. You might have to piece it out a little while. We discussed this before. I was talking about something about, and it was about buying HTs. And I think I said something like, well, you can go get a Baofeng for 25 bucks, or for a $75 upgrade, you get a much better radio. If you're not in a major hurry, wait an extra week, get the extra money up, and buy what you actually want. Don't settle for second best. So that's the same kind of thing I'm saying here. If you really want to get a setup like this, it's going to cost a little bit, but you're paying for the quality. You're paying for the reliability. These things aren't going to explode on you and take your face off. And they do come, like I said, they do come with these power pole connectors already attached. They come with a little charger thing here, so you can just plug your charger right in and plug that in the wall. If you want to plug this into your into a power bank, they give you another little setup over here. So they give you this little wire here that connects in to the charger, which then these wires will go into the back of your charge controller. So you got a lot of versatility with these batteries and the way that they pre-package everything and get it all set up for you. So I don't think you really could go wrong with these things. Now the way I've got mine set up, I've got this going into the charge controller inside my Go box, and this plugs right into my little power distribution block that runs all the power to everything inside my Go box. So you can figure out different ways to be creative with what's going to work best for you, but I think this is the way to go. So anyway, guys, in conclusion, I didn't want to make this a really long video, but I wanted to kind of show you, because I don't think anyone's really gone through and shown, you know, the size differences on these batteries. You can only see so much on a computer screen. So having a reference here and seeing what these are like, and like I said, this one, I'm really surprised at how light this thing feels. I still wouldn't want to hike it up a mountain or anything, but the weight on this, if that's 8.8 pounds, I'd be very surprised, because this one feels a lot heavier. And maybe it's the handles that are throwing me off or something, but yeah, you got a lot of great options with the Bioenno stuff, and I really like their customer service. I really like their product. I can't really say enough good things about them. Now I've given you guys a lot of specs on just, you know, the weight of the batteries, things like that. There's much more specs you might want to look at based on your radio or your needs. And if you want to do that, if you want to check those specs out, go to bioennopower.com. Look up one of the batteries you're interested in, go down to the spec sheet, and you can see what the power output is, what they suggest for different things. And I think he also has a chart on there, based on your usage, what you can expect as far as life expectancy out of one charge on one of these batteries. So keep that in mind, go check that out, and we'll keep moving forward. Anyway, guys, if you guys have any experience with Bioenno, good or bad, please put it down in the comments below. What do you guys think of these batteries? Are you on the market for a battery? Looking for some kind of portable power? You know, what's your solutions? And do you have something else you use? I mentioned the Bioenno, I mentioned Miati. Do you have other solutions for power that you use out in the field if you're portable? Put it all down in the comments. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this is Ham Radio for Non-Techies, and we are clear.